Several cities across West Michigan have canceled their 4th of July festivities in light of the pandemic. But tonight, our Zach Herrick has the story of one town in Allegan County that is still planning to have a celebration.
The 4th of July has always been a very important day to the people of Dorr.
It's the thing that everybody looks forward to.
This year, COVID-19 has taken away holiday festivities in several towns across West Michigan. But Dorr's 4th of July Celebration Committee is moving forward with their 4-day event, beginning with a carnival on Thursday.
We'll have food vendors.
After the COVID happened and we decided, hey, this community really needs something to look forward to. We've been locked up for months, weeks on end, and they really need something to look forward to actually say, you know what, I am an American and I do have the right to celebrate our independence.
The festivities will feature dozens of events for the whole family to enjoy, including traditions like a parade and fireworks, but they'll also have others that are unique, such as a pickup baseball game, tractor pulls, and an ox roast.
The carnival, the craft show, the movie in the park, disc golf. So, there's sports and there's businesses and there's just events and a great way for you to celebrate together as a family.
However, as the pandemic continues, there are concerns in the community about the celebration still being held. But organizers say they're doing all they can to keep it safe for everyone.
If you're choosing to come out to celebrate, then we're also asking you to mind the social distancing, mind your bubble, wear your mask if you want to. We will have sanitizers available to hand out to families. We'll have sanitation stations. We will have masks and gloves for the people serving food.
Carnival rides will also be disinfected consistently to abide by CDC guidelines, and they're asking everyone who attends to use common sense.
This is all outdoors, so that makes it a little bit better. So it's going to be good it'll be a place for people to go and celebrate the independence of this country. It's an important day. I mean, it's our most important day as a country.
Fire!
Reporting from Dorr, Zach Herrick, Fox 17 News.
And you can get a full schedule of events at fox17online.com. Well, still ahead tonight, many more people this year buying their own fireworks for the 4th of July. The uptick in sales that one company is seeing, and what you need to know to keep your family safe and keep you free from getting a ticket for not following your city's ordinances.
And then he was just screaming, "I can't breathe." They poured water on him. Basically said he was faking.
A teenager died after being restrained at a school in Kalamazoo. Coming up, an eyewitness account from a fellow student and the charges that 3 people are now facing in connection with that student's death.
We would like to turn that conversation around to a positive thing.
That conversation is about race. Still ahead, some advice for families and how to talk to your kids about that subject. Police in Detroit say the black man who was wrongly arrested after the use of facial recognition technology will now have his DNA, fingerprints, and mugshot removed from files. Police Chief James Craig says that Robert Williams was the victim of, quote, shoddy investigative work. He was arrested at his home back in January, accused of stealing 5 expensive watches from a Shinola store in Detroit back in 2018. But it turns out that his driver's license photo was wrongly flagged as a likely match to surveillance video at that store. Prosecutors dismissed that case earlier this year. 16-year-old Cornelius Fredericks is dead after being restrained by staff at Lakeside Academy in Kalamazoo. Our Marisa Oberle spoke to a friend of his who said that he watched it all happen.
Sitting side by side in their Canton, Ohio home, Nathaniel Dixon and his mom, Amanda Judy, say it's a blessing to be next to one another.
It makes us really thankful. I believe we've got closer because I feel like it could have been him.
Just a few weeks earlier, the 15-year-old sat inside Lakeside Academy in Kalamazoo, the school now under fire for the death of one of their students, Cornelius Fredericks, after police say staff members at the school used an illegal restraint while disciplining Fredericks that led to his death and failed to get him medical treatment.
Funny, happy, outgoing, and cool.
Dixon considered Fredericks a friend.
And then he was just screaming, "I can't breathe."
He says staff members grabbed Fredericks after he threw food and forced the other students out of the cafeteria. After hearing screams, he says the kids went back in, only to see Fredericks lying still on the floor.
They poured water on him, basically said he was faking, and then that's when they started cutting his shit. He's like, "Where's the scissors?" Cut his shirt, and they was like, doing CPR.
Dixon says he and other students were upset, with some even rioting. And in the days after, he says many employees quit, while others threatened to do what had happened to Fredericks to the other students.
I was just a nervous wreck. I could not get to my son. I felt so helpless.
Judy says it's something no child or parent should experience, but explains the incident didn't necessarily surprise her. She and Dixon claim staff members at Lakeside physically abused him at least 7 times during his 5 months there, slapping and punching him and using a similar restraint to the one allegedly used on Fredericks.
It just makes me want to do more that I can for my son, for his behavioral problems. But the next time, I will not agree to a facility. I don't care. After the experience with Lakeside, no.
They say the charges against the staff members and the removal of the facility's license is a step in the right direction, but believe more will need to be done in the months ahead.
Not one person could stand up for this child. It just blows my mind. It definitely impacted my son with the way that he behaves, he thinks. I mean, he has completely changed.
Marisa Oberle, Fox 17 News.
The school said in part, quote, "The recent death is heartbreaking, senseless, and runs completely counter to our mission." Sequel, the company responsible for hiring those 3 staffers, also sent a statement saying that they agree with the prosecutor's decision. Both statements can be found on our website right now. The Kalamazoo County Treasurer is warning residents of fake $100 bills making their way around the area. Take a good look at your screen there. The bill on the top is real. The one on the bottom is the fake. They're tough to spot, but when you put them under a blue light, the watermarked face on the right-hand side is Alexander Hamilton, but of course it should be Benjamin Franklin. The department was alerted to that fake money this morning after somebody tried to pay their property taxes with it. If you believe that you've gotten one, you should hold on to it and call police. There's a recall of iceberg lettuce tonight from Walmart stores after several outbreaks of cyclospora across multiple states, including Michigan. That recall applies to 12 and 24-ounce bags by Fresh Express. Earlier this month, similar items were recalled at Midwestern Aldi and Jewel Osco stores. So far, more than 200 people have reported infections. 23 patients have had to be hospitalized. So far, no one has died. Independence Day is less than a week away now, and one store in particular is really seeing a spike in customers and sales.
We'll put product on the shelf in the middle of the day, and it will be gone by the end of the day.
Why they think more people are out buying their own fireworks this year, and what you need to know when you're lighting them off to stay safe.
And a ridge of high pressure is going to bring us the potential heat wave over the next week or two. Not only going to bake us, but the majority of the United States. How long that lasts and if we see any rain during that time.
The Department of Defense is planning military flyovers in Boston, New York, Philadelphia, and Baltimore, cities that played important roles in the American Revolution, along with Mount Rushmore and Washington, D.C. President Trump and the First Lady will also be hosting the 2020 Salute to America on the South Lawn of the White House next weekend. With so many towns canceling their 4th of July displays due to COVID-19, people are now buying fireworks to host their own shows. Our Savannah Fish spoke to Phantom Fireworks in Grand Rapids about the uptick in